Welcome back to Fennimore High School. Ken Manning along with Kirk Layer, a Western Wisconsin video production, as we are ready to begin this championship matchup tonight of the team sectionals, the winner to go to state. And Kirk, this is going to be a dandy one.
This is going to be 1 against 3, or yes, we'll say it's 2 of the best teams in the state going at it. And it's going to be really a tale of who shows up and the key matches throughout the night. You got state champions on both sides, so it's going to get interesting here.
Well, it's going to be, as you said, interesting is a nice way to put. It's an exciting venue here. We have a packed house, people all around, and it was a scramble just to get to a place to sit. We're going to start things out here, 132 pounds, and once we get the competitor out here, we will start with you, Kirk, getting the honors here with match number 1, and here we go.
It should be, I believe, Nolan Shep here for Fennimore. It's not?
Not Aquinas here?
Colton Tollefson, you think? We'll see here in a second. They'll update it. We're starting out here at 1:30. Earlier we saw Grady Nicolay for Aquinas.
Wrestling now 132 pounds for Aquinas, Grady Nicolay. Wrestling for the Golden Eagles, Colton Tollefson.
Colton Tollefson, the freshman, taking on Grady Nicolay from Aquinas. Early toss here, and he caught him. Caught him for the early takedown, but now that comes back with an Okie the other way. Looks like we're going to exchange 4-4 here. Now a cradle locked up by Grady, but there again, Ken, we saw him take it through too quick, and Tollefson was able to roll all the way through it.
Yes, he did.
I don't think they have the score up right. I believe it's 4-4.
Yeah, they have 4-2 yet.
I'm pretty sure I saw the official give 2 points each way and 2 points near fall. Now they got it. 4-4. With now Nicolay, Grady Nicolay on top, the freshman. So you got freshman against freshman here. Tollefson was listed as a 26-pounder on the brochure, but he's either a 26-pounder moving up or he's decided to weigh in at 32 tonight. He gets an escape now. We have 40 seconds left to go here in the period. A 5-4 lead for Tollefson, and that's definitely a name that you hear here at Fennimore before. That's a name that's familiar to this area.
Yeah, a lot of wrestling going on with the Tollefson name over the years.
Yep. Well, even the Boone Tollefson over there. Maybe it's, I don't know if it's relation or not, so we'll stick with that. Although Grady gets another takedown. This time, though, I don't think he got any back points out of it. Nope. 6-5 in favor of Grady Nicolay from Aquinas as we wind out that period.
Kirk Tollefson did a nice job of not going to his back. It took a lot of guts to fight off that reverse half.
Yep. Fennimore's choice. He's going to choose top. So I think that's fairly strategic, meaning that he must have a good pinning combination that he'd like to run. Either one of these teams, it doesn't surprise you when they do take top. And he's going for that tilt that we were talking about earlier, Ken. Now he's going to try to take it back the other way, and he does get it to where he's scoring the near fall points.
Yes.
We're going to see that, as he said, a lot from both of these teams. They like to tie up that arm bar and have a wrist. And now we're going to have some blood time, so maybe just potentially.
Yep, potentially dangerous.
Okay. But both teams like to tie up that wrist with a arm bar in and then look for a tilt either far side or to take it the other way and roll through and then come up in the same tilt position or near fall position. Now he's getting a little bit high, but right away we get warning stalling there on the bottom man. Now we're going to get the blood time.
And a lot of it.
Oh, yeah.
We'll take a break.
Oh, we got the blood taken care of now. Warning for stalling there on Grady. So Nicolay, so he's going to have to get some more action on the bottom. But now we're going to have a caution. Got that locked up again. Can he turn him again? Yes, he does. This time he might get 3 out of it. So now we see why he chose top, Ken.
Yes, for sure.
He's very good with that turn. Locks it up and rolls it real nice. Gets 3 near fall. Now he tries to take it the other way. Grady Nicolay's got to get that wrist out. Again, he gets turned again. 23 seconds here left in the second period. And now it's going to be a real nice 11-6 lead. Grady Nicolay just can't get that wrist. Now he finally gets the wrist loose. But he's got to work to get out of there because he's already warned 1 for stalling. He's got to get his head up off the mat and go. Now it's going to be really interesting to see what Deke chooses.
Yeah.
All right, Deke wants to say, hey, you like top, we like top. So now we're going to see if the same move works for Aquinas.
It kind of was a tough, in one way, it really wasn't that tough of a decision because Tollefson really controlled that whole period.
I agree with you, Ken. He either had to go neutral or he had to go on top.
Yeah.
Because he didn't really even come close to scoring there when he was coming in now with a nice half Nelson and the turnabout for fair play the other way. Now we have stalling warnings on both sides. I can tell you right from the beginning, knowing who we have out here for official, and the match he expects out of these high-rated teams, you're not going to be able to lay around on the match. You better be active. Now we're going to have some more blood time, Ken.
Yep, and we'll do another break.
Back to the match here. 1:23 to go in the third period. And Grady Nicolay, he's got to get some scoring opportunities going for himself here. Gets a little bit caught there with the head, and he is going to get caught. And this could turn out really big here for Fennimore. He's got him in what they call the Saturday Night Ride now with both legs hooked in a half Nelson in. All he has to do is lift that head and score the fall here, and this would get Fennimore started off where they really want to go. This is one of those swing matches, Ken, and if you can start out in a swing match with 6 points, that is huge.
Boy, I would say he's going to sit here and wear him down right now.
Oh, the blood time is going to sit, not going to save him again, but it's a rule. So it is the rule.
Yep.
It is going to cost him a 4 near fall, and the score now is going to go up to 17-6. So definitely in bonus range for Fennimore here, but now he needs at least another 5 points here. Get up there to get 15. Yep.
Yeah.
4. Thanks for math here. 50 seconds left here. 17-6 score in favor of Tollefson from Fennimore. Right away, Nicolay comes to his feet. Need a return here. Oh, we got a stalling warning there. And I thought you had to break it when he came back down. That gave Nicolay a point, so 17-7. The thing that's catching Nicolay is he's laying his head on the mat. Tollefson really isn't doing a whole lot with that double wrist lock, but gave the stalling warning there to kind of equal it out to 18-7. That's going to be your final.
Winner at 132 pounds with a major decision of 18-7, Fennimore's Tollefson.
And there's your final.
Yep, there's your final. 18-7 is the final. So at least gets a bonus point, so that'll give Fennimore an early 4-0 lead as we move on to 138.
We come here to Fennimore, and we are moving into that 138-pound weight class, as Kirk had mentioned. And Kirk, who are our two wrestlers?
We got Waylon Hargrove taking on Malin Hahn from Fennimore, senior versus a sophomore.
And they're going to try and lock things up right now as maybe a little bit of a Russian tie. Now they're going to let go of that, trying to get a slide by. Was Aquinas in Hargrove. Working near the edge of the mat here. That slide by works when they're kind of cranking and kind of moving forward. Now a quick little duck under shot here, and Hargrove is going to score the first takedown and the early lead.
Hahn got a 21-13 record. As we mentioned before, Aquinas didn't put their records in, but pretty sure Hargrove is qualified for this Saturday and is going to wrestle in the tournament.
Yes. Now we're going to get a quick timeout here. This might be a blood time
for Fennimore.
Yeah. Another little break here. Now back we come. They've got everything all squared away.
Hargrove getting a cut up near his right eye.
Yeah, they got him out there. Now we're going to go right into a cradle. Does Hargrove. He's got it locked up. And Hahn really punching his way out. Going to get some back points here. He'll get the 3.
Danger at least giving up 1. But now it's Hargrove, like you say. Excuse me. There's 1.
There is the escape, and now Hargrove is going to slip around behind and pick up the takedown. That's going to make it 7-1, and another timeout here with that cut. They're going to get that fixed up as there's blood on the mat. Well, they got him fixed up one more time. We might have another stop or two here along the way, Kirk, but that just comes with the territory.
Here's another cradle, though,
yeah,
Ken.
He's got it locked up. He does a nice job, Hargrove does, in getting that locked up. He's going to pick up some back points here, and it fall. That came out of nowhere.
He had that tight, Ken. He did.
That is a 152 pin time.
Yep.
And, boy, Aquinas is going to jump out in front now, 6-4. And we're going to look at 144 pounds coming up here. And we'll turn the mic back over to Kirk.
This will be interesting here to see who we know. Well, we'll see if Fennimore sends out Ian Krapp. Here we go at 144. We just mentioned here, Ken and I in the break here, that these two are both at the same weight class on Saturday. So this should be a prelim of what's to come on Saturday, but this is a big match to hear tonight. Ian Krapp, your state place winner, as he takes on Zach Moline from Aquinas.
I had in my head that he was a runner-up last year. Is that? Do you think that? Am I close?
Krapp, I think so. I know he was. He probably was the highest place finisher for Fennimore at the Cheesehead too.
Oh, okay.
I think he was in the finals. I'm sure he was in the finals up there. He gets the early takedown, though, as that went back and forth. Moline was in deep on a single leg, but Krapp countered and put it back to his advantage and got the takedown. Got a junior against a senior here, so both experienced wrestlers. And we said that wrestling's in the Moline blood as we go up later here, and we'll see the state champion, David Moline, coming out here. Zach gets an escape, though, gets on the board. 1 minute to go here in the first period, 2-1 in favor of Ian Krapp. Been a good career for Ian. He's been a solid performer all 4 years for the Fennimore Golden Eagles.
He's just so steady.
Yep. He's just competitive every year and misses some of the surrounding, like Birchman and the Nutter around him, from the last few years. But he's still solid. He's in deep on the single leg this time. He's trying to tip Moline to the mat, and he finally does and takes a 4-1 lead here Down to the last 20 seconds of the first period, though. We're going to see throughout the night, Ken, and we're both aware of it, is both these teams are good riders, and they're pinners. They want to pin you. We just saw in the first two matches, both wrestlers that won put the other wrestler on their back fairly often.
Right.
4-1. Choice to Moline. Now we know who has choice. Chose his neutral. Crap did. He likes being on his feet. Been good to him so far with 2 takedowns. So far, other than that one single leg by Moline that he wasn't able to finish, it's been Crap that's been the aggressor. And as soon as I say that, the official warns Moline for backing out and stalling. Oh, there was a nice facelift right to his back. This could be over real quick, Ken. He's got that tight, and there it is.
Yeah, that was tight.
That was a beautiful facelift to a headlock.
Yep.
And he put him down there. 2 minutes, 32 seconds, the announcer says, and we'll agree with that.
Yes, very much so. What a job right there. Back we come. It's going to be Siler Sansevich stepping out onto the mat for the Fennimore Golden Eagles, and it's going to be Trevor Paulson who comes out for Aquinas. Well, I tell you what, looking back on that previous match, Kirk, a big facelift like you mentioned, and a huge pin because now it's 10-8 or 10-6 the other way if I can see the clocks right.
You bet.
Well, both wrestlers are going to go ear to ear here, locked up pretty tight. Once they get broke away, that's where you're going to get better angles.
It's always interesting to see superstitions, and as we mentioned earlier, this is the old Fennimore gym here and the brand new one on the other end, how teams just get locked into. We saw this at Riverdale too, where they like wrestling the old gym and all this nostalgia with the stage up there. Cool stuff.
They're going to keep it right there. That's where they want to be. Again, no score here. We're a minute to go in this first period of action.
I can remember coming here for some real good dual meets, and Larry Albrecht and the band crew were up there, and this place was a rockin'.
Oh, I'll bet. Kind of get in on a shot here. Paulson's going to have that blocked.
Zanzevich did a good scramble out of that.
Boy,
too.
he did. It looked like he was going to try and get a front headlock, but Paulson won't let him get there. And they're going to stay on their feet. Paulson wants that bit of a Russian tie, but Sansevich understands what's coming, and he's doing a nice job of staying away from that as well.
These two here, fine athletes, and we saw earlier Emhoff here, Tyson Emhoff. So you can see what we're looking forward to on Saturday is 3 fine 150-pounders in this weight class.
Yeah, overall, this sectional that we're going to be covering, and again, it'll be on live as we'll try to get this up and running sometime Wednesday night. So if folks are watching this, they'll know that we will be doing a live broadcast, a live stream at Mineral Point.
Yeah, make sure you don't miss that. These 3 fine teams here with a lot of other quality athletes from Mineral Point, Riverdale, and such coming in from the other areas or from that same super regional. Back to you, though, Ken. This is getting exciting here.
Yeah, Sansevich is going to stand up, and he's going to get hand control and cut through for the point. And it's now, let's see, what do we have here? 1-0.
That was the first score of the
point
match.
There. Yeah, that was quite the dogfight just in the first period.
Didn't see any stalling there, though. These are 2 young competitors going after each other.
They're going to lean into the shoulders with their heads and see if we can't get an angle here. Nobody has really turned the corner, so to speak, when it comes to this. Their headgear is ear to ear. A little attempt at a sweep single there by Sansevich, but
2 experienced juniors out here, so you kind of expect a tactical match.
Yeah. And they'll see each other down the road next on Saturday and probably next year. Both these teams are really doing a nice job. And, of course, Iowa Grant, you already mentioned earlier, Kirk, that only a couple of seniors on their team. So we could have a rematch of these three teams once again in 25.
The only thing with Aquinas and even Fennimore, they have some key seniors that are graduating, though.
Yeah. That might open the door for Iowa Grant.
Yep.
It'd be fun to see. Well, both wrestlers still on their feet as they went down on the mat on their knees, but they just could not get that angle that we talked about. Now a little snap, and controlling that was Sensevich, and he picks up the takedown.
20 seconds, Ken.
That was a nice move there for the Golden Eagles, and now Aquinas would look to come out from underneath. But that 2-on-1 on the wrist ride, now throwing the legs in, that's going to slow things down as time is running down, and that'll be the end of period number 2,
yep.
3-0 the score.
That'll be Paulson's chance to decide where he wants to go.
Yeah, he's going to take the down spot. He figures he's got to close that gap.
He does.
Let's see if he can get that done here. No, now we're going to get a caution on Aquinas. Quick pounce here by Sensevich. And he's looking to throw both those legs in. Boy, and he just collapses the hips right away of Paulson. Now he's going to work that power half. Stuffing the head. Paulson trying to get up and out, but, you know, he just is so tough with those legs wrapped in on that hip so tight. Now he's able to pop up to his knees, and Sensevich goes right back into that double leg ride and collapses the hips once again.
Watched him, especially you, have the last 2 weeks. He's a tremendous leg rider, and then extremely tough on the head, too.
Right. And that's exactly where he's at. Throwing in that power half. He stuffs the head and goes far side half Nelson. And as soon as Paulson tries to do anything, getting back to his knees, he gets clamped right down. Now, Sensevich is going to be warned for stalling.
There was a sequence there. Some people don't like the sequence, but instead of calling a double stalling, he hits the one he thinks stalling the most first, and there really wasn't any real activity, so he didn't wait much longer than hit the other one for stalling.
Yep. A little 1-2 punch right there.
All happening within 15 to 20 seconds to each other.
Yep. Down to 40 seconds and counting here in this match. 3-0 lead for Fennimore. They have the team lead at 10-6.
You watched Sensevich and Emhoff wrestle the last 2 weekends, and they've all been kind of low-scoring matches.
Yeah. Well, you know, they see each other enough that you kind of know what to expect. Here comes that guillotine. Then Sensevich going to let that go as Paulson was warned for stalling. So Sensevich picks up another point.
4-0.
He's going to win the score by a score of 4-0. That'll bring the team score 13-6. We'll take a little break and come back with 100. Are we going up to, where are we at here? 157, 150. We're going up to 157.
We're back. Jesse Pinky from Aquinas. Oh, wait, I take that back. This is Anthony Miller wrestling for Aquinas. He takes on the other Sensevich. This is Ryder Sensevich, the sophomore from Fennimore Golden Eagles. So kind of some jockeying already starting out here, Ken, as we thought there would be some.
Well, you know, if I'm Coach Deke Stanek, I might be playing things a little close to the vest for Pinky because of that shoulder.
Yeah, that's true, too. He, at the end of the match there in his Iowa Grant match, he looked like might have tweaked that a little bit. He's supposed to wrestle Saturday, so you like to keep him a little bit healthy. And we saw Miller in the earlier round, too. He did a fine job out there and wrestled a solid match.
Yeah. Pinky is kind of warming up behind the rest of the guys there, you know, the bench, but we'll see.
Well, see, this is kind of an area where and it kind of works out to Fennimore's advantage before they get into the heat of the Aquinas lineup there from once Dave Moline steps on there to 75. This is kind of the area where Fennimore's got to make their story. And right now they got a big cradle in here, and if he gets this stuck here, that would put him, he got out of it. 3 near fall though, and a 5-0 lead with 30 seconds to go. And now we're going to go to some more blood time. Yep. More blood time for Aquinas. Okay, we're back to action here as they cleaned up the blood and stopped it. Now we're back to Miller trying to come up for an escape of his own. He needs to get a point here with the last 25 seconds, and he does. So now it's 5-1. He's at least on the board. He needs to make a comeback here because, as we mentioned, Fennimore's still sitting there in the wings with their defending state champion, the coach's son, Tristan Stelt, coming up next. And then you run into that kind of murderer's row for Aquinas, and things could get interesting going both ways there because Fennimore's got a few good wrestlers in there too. Or not good wrestlers, outstanding wrestlers.
It's going to be the chess match is going to be on.
Yep. And of course, then Fennimore still has Evan Grotz sitting up there at the top at 285, which puts you in a good spot too.
And he's a returning state champ.
Yes, he is. So we're into the second period. We're in the neutral position going takedowns again. But so far, the one who's been using the front headlock, he's got it locked in again. And he comes around. He's going to get that near side cradle plus the takedown. If he can turn this time he's got it really tight, and he's got some of the air taken out of Miller, and there it is.
Wow.
You could just kind of tell after that bloody nose that Miller was just a little hair off, and Riders and Zavich took advantage of that with a 234 pin.
19-6 your team score. Back we come, and it's going to be an interesting matchup here. I'm a little surprised, but you know what? The coaches, they're rolling the dice here a little bit. This is going to be Pinky of Crosse Aquinas taking on Stelt of Fennimore.
Well, the last match, though, too, Ken, we kind of got to this point where IG was quite a bit out in front of Aquinas, and then once we get to the next weight class is when Aquinas started making their comeback.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll see if kind of plays out here, but right now that 19-6 score, and you got to feel pretty good for Fennimore crowd here, sitting your state champion out there.
Yeah, 2-1 your score, and they're up 2-1. As you go out of bounds.
And Pinky is definitely a solid wrestler for Aquinas, but as you said, he's definitely not at full strength.
Here's a nice double leg for the takedown. Yeah, I just think he's got a bad wing, and he's going to just try and survive is what he's going to do.
We've seen that a lot here as we've gone through the conference and the sectional tournament, and also saw several, like Noah Radke. Carl and I saw him last week from River Valley. He's basically trying to punch a state tournament ticket with one leg, and he got through the first qualifying end, but it's going to be a real challenge for him up there at the Dells. And a few other wrestlers don't really want to name which ones are hurt. But,
yeah.
But they're trying to get through there. And then there's real one that Carl's going to enjoy watching is Reed Spurley, the defending state champion, got back on the mat for the first time last week.
Out of bounds. Yep, out of bounds they go here. 4-2 the score.
Yep, 43 seconds, Ken.
Tristan Stelt trying to get a snap here, and boy, he's controlling that head. Pinky has the arm and the wrist, but it didn't matter, and Stelt picks up another 2. So slick and quick, and the change of level is spot on.
A lot of the Fennimore wrestlers also do and Tristan is really good at it, is a lot of Greco stuff. And so in Greco, you work the head quite often.
Yes. Trying to get that armbar locked up once again, see if we can get a turn here as we're down under 10 seconds. Pinky trying to hold off here. And he's going to make it. Oh, good job there by Pinky, not giving up anything more. Stout wastes no time. It's his choice. He says, I want neutral.
Pinky was very fortunate the period came there. Because Stout had that locked in tight. 6-2.
It was. And once you get that, you run that over your ear, over the opponent's ear, and that just cinches things up. Can hardly breathe.
Pinky's doing his best to stay in this match, but in his case here, it would be a case of if he could just avoid a fall.
Stout making the first move on the attack, tried to snap here. Pinky trying to kind of shuck that off a little bit. Now back into that arm with that Russian tie, and we're going to get a warning stalling here on green. That's Pinky.
Yep. Stout's putting some heavy pressure on. He knows he wants that fall, or he wants some bonus points here. But right now, Pinky's still in it at 6-2.
Under a minute 20 to go in this second period of action. Faking the shot, now looking for a snap. And once you get...
oh, nice.
Yeah, try to Jap whizzer there, but hard to cover that. And you got to spin all the way through, and you got to catch him just right. Stout felt that one coming, and he does the quick footwork and spins around behind himself for the takedown.
Did a nice sag there. He felt that, and he didn't allow Pinky to get under him and get any elevation.
Mm-hmm. Now 8-2. Stout will release.
I think Stout's now kind of looking for something big. Pinky doing a nice job of shooting in for a leg and kind of nothing else here, Ken, killing time.
Well, that's absolutely it. Now, I don't know if you saw this or not, folks. It's hard, but Stout, very subtle, used his knees to peel the hand off from the leg that Pinky was trying to attack, even though down on the mat. And then once that let go, he was able to scoot around for the takedown.
He's going to hold it here to a 3-point decision, Ken. I would say that's a slight victory for Aquinas.
Mm-hmm.
Now as we move up to 175, we'll see if Aquinas makes another run.
Still got another period.
Oh,
yep.
my fault.
Yep.
Shame on me. That blood time puts you off.
It does, doesn't it? They're going to start back up on their feet once again. This time it was Pinky, and he wanted nothing to do being down underneath or even on top. There's a nice single leg shot and step across by Stout to pick up the takedown.
I think this would be a lot more interesting match if Pinky was 100% healthy, but it just, oh wow.
Point for Tristan Stout with the stall call. Now they're going to go out of bounds as Stout actually released him. I thought, no, okay. It looked like when he went around the front, they kind of released him, but they said no. We're at 1:15 to go in the match. And it is a major decision right now, 13-3 for Tristan Stout, returning state champ.
Yep, he's at least got the 4-point decision.
There's the escape. Now Pinky trying to battle here a little bit. Quick spin around by Stout. And now we're going to get a timeout here. And looks like more on the blood.
Yep.
Back we come, and Stout is going to say, let's give up the point, and back up on their feet they go. And a quick snap and takedown, and then a release again. Well,
trying to push for that tech fall.
He needs a couple more. Pinky trying to hang on. Down under 20 seconds now. Stout needs the takedown. a couple times over. I don't know that he's going to get it right now. Pinky doing all he can to fight that off. Well, let's see
19 to 7. They're going to adjust the clock to all
right, down to 4.7, they say. And there's the buzzer.
Well, he held it to a major, not a tech fall.
Good effort, both guys out there on the mat. We'll take a break.
Come back to another stellar matchup here. This would be David Moline, the state champion for Aquinas at 175. He will take on a fine wrestler, Nathan Bloschke from Fennimore, the junior. So Moline, the senior, Bloschke, the junior. This is kind of where we saw in the last match for Aquinas against Iowa Grant. This is where they started making their big comeback. And again, here in this match with a 23-6 score, it's really going to have to be bonus points for Aquinas, not only just wins, to get themselves back in this dual meet.
Well, and that's kind of what I was thinking too, Kirk. I think you're spot on with that.
First early takedown by Moline. And the thing is, right in here, in any other matchup with a lot of other teams, this is kind of a strength area for Fennimore. But it's, as we talked about earlier, this is where the football players and the experience of the Aquinas squad really comes in, other than Jake Fitzpatrick down there at 113 pounds. They've got plenty of experience.
When you think about last year at that state tournament where Fennimore, where Aquinas got on such a roll, they put 5 guys into the finals. It was a tremendous semifinal round.
Yep, and the team score down there, they won that, even though Fennimore won the team state tournament, but the team scores at the individual tournament, Aquinas had probably the highest total of any team down there.
Yeah.
In any division. Oh, really nice, Kelly-type carry. Took him down, but he was hoping to put him on his back. But 4-1 here in the last 20 seconds. This is the David Moline. Kurt's last match, he was matched up against Emerson Moan. And so, but here's another weight class where these 3 gentlemen are going to be going at it again this Saturday. And there's just some high-quality athletes in many of these weight classes.
Yeah, I don't even know if you can call it a dogfight. It's going to be, I don't know if there's words to explain it.
Well, when they're that talented, it's a good thing we are taking 3 wrestlers out of that sectional, because it's going to be a battle even for third.
And so many of the weight classes have 4 or 5, high-quality wrestlers.
Yep. Start out the second period. Moline was down, gets an early escape. Now a 5-1 lead in this match. Oh, beautiful double leg there again. Blast right to a takedown. Now he's up 7-1. We're going to see, again, this is another case here where right away early, as we saw in the last match, with Steldt trying to get a technical fall with a takedown clinic. In this case here, it looks like Moline is going to be the one as he lets him go. It's now 7-2. Nice snap down there. Oh, nice duck under. Nice into the single leg. Just doesn't quit.
Yeah.
He just keeps driving. And he gets that takedown. 9-2. Or 9-. They're jockeying the score around. I think it's 9-2. There we go. Yep. Probably will let him up again. Yep. So now it'll be 9-3. Another takedown would get the major, so it would be 11-3. But I'm as you and I talked here just a few seconds ago, Ken, I really think Moline's got to get more than just a major decision here. He's got to at least get a technical fall.
I think that's got to be on the mind of all of the Aquinas folks as well.
Well, especially in these next 3 weight classes. But like we said before, Fennimore still has Wyatt Annan and Dalton Wolf And then Evan Grotz at heavyweight. You know, they should be favored in the next at least 2 weight classes. In that heavyweight match, I guess we saw that young man come out there, Zilikowski, at 215 pounder wrestling 285 against McCone.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe he could stay with Grotz. We'll see. He's a powerful young man. 11-4, last 25 seconds of this match. As soon as they say that,
he just snaps.
Moline just gets another quick snap, and now it's 13-4. Going to let him go with 20 seconds to go, and he's going to try to get another one. 13-5, 17 seconds to go. Can Moline get another one? If I'm a betting man, I say he can.
Well, he shows the speed.
There's another nice shot. 5 seconds now. He is going to be able to dance this off.
Going to go to period number 3.
Yep, 13-5. And he is going to let him go again. Coach Stanek feels that he's much better on his feet, but now it's 13-6. In the deep again. Now 15-6, up by 9. He's got quite a ways to go if he's going to get that tech fall.
He's going to let him go.
Yep. It's definitely where he's at. And he definitely needs at least the tech fall. But now he's only up by 8 again, so he's really got to work at this. I'll be honest with you here, after seeing the way the official was calling stalling earlier in the match, I can't believe Bloschke got away with it this long. Because he has definitely been dancing and bouncing out of bounds. Did get a point there, though, so 16-7, but now we're down to 1:18, and the clock is now going to work more against David Moline than the Nathan Bloschke is. Less than a minute. Oh, nice low double leg attack. It's hard to call that a double leg attack. It's almost like a double heel pick.
Boy, no kidding. That was that's more like a 6-pounder would do.
18-7, and now the time is really going to be hurting on him because the tech fall doesn't really look possible. There's another stall call, which is probably accurate. But now we're 19-7. It's still only a 12-point lead. If he lets him go, it'll be 19-8. Takedown only gives it up to about 13. He's almost really needs a big throw here, Ken.
Yeah.
He could potentially get, to be honest with you, a 2-point stall call out of on Bloschke here yet, but I wouldn't really count on it. 30 seconds to go, and now it's 19-8. $29 seconds to go. 19-8. He's only up by 11, Ken. Oh, jeez. 19-8. Well, that saved him the last stalling call.
Yep,
that's how it's going to end, 19-8. I would say that's a semi or minor win for Fennimore there.
Well, they did not give up extra points. That's the key right there.
Well, they only gave up 1 extra point.
Yep, right. 23-10 is our score. Tyson Martin steps out onto the mat to face Wyatt Anand here at 190 pounds, and boy, oh boy. Again, at least with Tyson, we know he was in the finals last year, was Thinking, was he a returning state champ? No.
Oh.
Okay. 15-6 in the finals. Okay,
Yeah, he's
so
a finalist,
state
yep.
runner-up. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And Anand qualified, didn't he?
He qualified, and
Yep.
I think he got kind of banged up a little bit
Yeah.
there in that state tournament. He might have went 1 and 2. Could have been.
Sophomore against a senior.
Yeah.
But Martin doesn't wrestle like a sophomore for
No,
190 pounds.
No, that's for sure. You'd swear there are a couple of 50-year seniors out there.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to kind of dance around with each other here, trying to get position. Anand with a nice single-leg shot, and out of bounds they go. That was a good shot. He split the legs, did Anand, but they were out of bounds.
These next two matches, you're probably going to say that Aquinas is favored, but the wrestlers that Fennimore are sending out there are high-quality wrestlers.
Yeah, and they're not going to think they're behind.
Nope, they're not going to give it up easy.
Anand with a potential high crotch. Got in there again and out of bounds. Right now, Wyatt Anand has a couple of good shots in on the Aquinas wrestler here in Tyson Martin.
As we stated in our first duel, this is kind of where Aquinas made their run back, but they made it with some, big decisions too and some bonus points.
Yeah, quite a few. Trying to get a shot in there, and stepping away was Martin, and now they're going to rotate out of bounds, and this time out of bounds they go, and that one might have saved Anand a little bit.
Yep, it was a takedown, but it was out of bounds.
Again, both wrestlers.
10 seconds, Ken.
Martin goes on the inside, and now Anand will have the inside tie, and then they release. And that will be the end of period number 1. No score, and I tell you what, there was some good flurries in there, at least 3 good ones.
Oh, yes.
Anand takes the choice, and he'll go down, which we think is always a good move, especially in a 0-0 match. Anand up, looking for hand control here. Now a warning stalling right away here on Martin.
He really only got 5 seconds to take him down.
And Martin will have to give up the escape, otherwise he'd give up a point and probably eventually the escape.
Eventually he was going to give, that's a good call, Ken. Just as well let him go because you weren't taking him back down, and otherwise it's going to be 1-1.
For sure. Here comes Martin. Now he's in on the attack.
He goes through the backside. He might get it, but
Anand reaching up through. He's got a leg. And see if they can crawl through here. But Martin, boy, he's in position here. If he can just get that leg free. Anand is locked on. No, there's the takedown. He got hip to hip. Anand, and out of bounds they go. Well, Martin was able to go hip to hip, and that's what gave him the takedown, even though it looked like for a moment there that Anand was going to come up with a good defense.
I had to question when some people were saying that Anand was in a good position there, because you could just see that Martin was elevating the hips, and he made that spaghetti move, and he didn't really care if you have my ankle or not. I'm stacking you on your head.
Yep. On the start here with nearing 50 seconds left here in period number 2. Anand up and out. And we got ourselves a tie match here at 2 apiece.
And if this is going to be a run, Aquinas has got to get running here.
Yeah, they got to put it together right now. This is a big one here. Anand had a shot. He goes in again. He likes that high crotch single leg type, and now this time it is Martin who goes for that far leg, which was the right leg, but they're out of bounds. They come back to the center mat once again. I say this in a positive way because Martin can take good shots, but he also kind of comes in like he wants to kind of brawl a little bit. And you get that upper body, he probably has to do that wrestling Len here all the time.
Yeah, you bet. Well, you talk about workout partners and definitely good teammates in wrestling or in football. This squad up here is tough.
Mm-hmm. So Martin chooses the down position to begin period number 3, and there's going to be one for the escape.
It's still a tight match.
Yeah,
3-2.
3-2, yes. Anand kind of let him go there, and now shooting down low on those ankles. And out of bounds. They're going to give a warning stalling here on Wyatt Anand. Martin in on the attack here, going after the hands, and now Anand tries to take a sweep single and coming right back, looking for a potential single leg dump here was Martin. Now he'll get the takedown. He just had too much of a really good angle with Anand's leg, and he couldn't defend it.
There's either going to be a takedown there or a flea in the mat, Ken.
Yeah. 5-2 the score. Martin with the lead. And a good start here in the minute left in this match. Martin, the returning state runner-up against the returning state qualifier, and Anand.
50 seconds to go, Ken.
Anand gets the escape here, and now a takedown by Anand can tie things up. Let's see if he can get it and put it into sudden victory. A takedown by Martin would most likely seal the deal. Almost got a single leg there. He goes down low again. Martin does. Boy, he has got a great shot. No two ways about it. He has got such a change of level, and he goes right for that heel. That's the second Aquinas wrestler that we've seen do that. Now another point here on the stall call. And it's 8-3.
This is going to be another slight victory for Fennimore here.
Yeah, not giving up any bonus points.
Just going to give up the defeat.
That's what Aquinas was able to capitalize on in the semifinal win over Iowa Grant Highland. They picked up those bonus points. Well, there you go, and it's 23-13, your score. Fennimore with the lead.
Okay, this is our matchup at 2:15. As we expected, we have Brady Linher, this fine senior from La Crosse Aquinas, coming out, and he will take on Dalton Wolf, the junior from Fennimore. This should be another barn burner, but this, again, if you're really going to put pressure on Aquinas and get back in the match, I almost hate to say it, Ken, I think they got to get 6 here.
Well, yeah, I think you're right.
Because there's no, other than maybe at 113 getting to those last 4 matches, there's really the couple there that could go either way, especially at 6.
I agree. I think we just had a warning for stalling, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. He's kind of pushing his head in there and blocking with his head. Leonard's the aggressor. It's a little bit different than the last match where it was kind of somewhat similar situation. But when you bury your head into your opponent's chest and block him with both of your arms, that's when it kind of gets to be a little bit more considered stalling. But Brady's got to open it up more a little bit too. But as we saw in the last match when he was wrestling a good wrestler, Brody Brokop, you know, he's explosive when he finally gets to where he wants to be.
Yeah.
Now we're going to have some more blood time, I take it.
Yep.
And it is green bleeding again. Oh. Back to action as we got all the blood cleaned up. Still no score. Down to the last 30 seconds here in this 215-pound bout. But as we saw, like we said in our semifinal with Leonard, he's just explosive all at once, and a match can end quickly as he did so against Grokop in the semifinals there. Still no score, and that's how I believe it's going to end here unless there's a throw in the last 5 seconds, and there won't be. 0-0. We talked about before with Brady Leonard, you just never know when the big move is potentially there for him. He is going to, like you say, Ken, he's going to listen to our advice in this match, and he's going to go down to start the second period in a 0-0 match. Wolf has got long arms trying to lock in that cradle.
Oh, boy.
And wow, he did lock it in. This would be huge. This would basically be the end of the match if he could get this here. But I'm not sure. Well, he's still got a chance at it.
Wow.
Wow is right. Well, we said that Dustin Wolf was nobody to be toyed with, and by God, that to me just sealed up the duel meet, Ken.
Yeah, I'm thinking that would take care of it.
Especially when you have your state championship coming up next.
Yeah, going to be huge. Well, here we are at 285, and Crosse is coming out with a fired-up crowd. He's looking for a body lock right away on Zilkowski.
I think we changed wrestlers, Ken, but...
Oh, did we now?
Yeah, I got to get it up. Oh, no, it is. They say it is Brett Zilkowski.
Okay.
I don't remember the stripe in his hair the first time.
Yeah, they're going to get him for backing up. Here comes a hard throw, or attempt anyways. He slipped out of it, but Crosse will pick up the takedown. Now Wolf with those long arms picking up that pin.
He really wants to stay on his feet, and he really wants that big throw.
He does. That's what he lives for. And I mean, and he's good at it.
Yep.
You watch him tie up with others, and you think, uh-oh. Just a matter of a second or two. He's going after it again. This one, it looks like he maybe a double overhook here, and then he lets go of that.
Now he's kind of going back to the Russian, but now he powers back in for the lateral.
Yeah.
Now he's got it locked up. It's a matter if he can get underneath him.
Trying to hoist him up here. Zilkowski doing a good job of fighting that off, and he is actually able to create some space in between him now.
Down to the last 15 seconds, Ken. 29-13, our dual score.
We started at 132, correct?
Yes.
That'll be the end of period number 1. 2-1 your score here at 285. Crosse elects to go down.
Hard to believe, though, because I think Evan Crosse is only ranked 2 in the state at his weight class, even though he's the defending state champion.
That's something. Oh, he just stands right up and turns in without hardly any trouble. That's how smooth that looked.
Well, first of all, you got a 215-pounder wrestling a true 285-pounder.
Yeah, that'll do it right there, won't it?
But Evan is definitely a true contender here at 285, and it's going to take even maybe that young man be ranked above him, but he's going to have to wrestle pretty good to beat Evan.
Here's a nice shot here, and he runs him about 10 feet across the mat before he finally got the takedown.
But when he did bring him down, it was more just good aggression. Zilkowski's face just planted on the mat.
Yeah.
He felt that one. 1 minute left here in the period, Ken.
Trying to come up with something here is Crosse.
He just really would like to find some. Oh, the power half would work too.
Yeah.
He's trying to find something to get underneath Zilakowski so he can elevate him.
And Zilakowski's just not letting him do it. When you get right down to it, he's really fighting it. Now we're going to get a warning stalling here. He's saying you didn't get off the side, apparently. So a warning for stalling here, riding two parallel.
Might be another one of those situations where he's kind of looking at both of them.
Yep.
Zilakowski does come and get the escape.
Yeah, that was a nice job getting the stand up there, and he had a lot of leverage on that hand.
Not too sure, though, that Crosse was kind of instructed maybe let him go there.
He probably wants to be on his feet anyways.
Yep. This is where he has his best opportunity to really toss him.
Now Zilakowski is going to be warned for stalling and give up a point. And that will be the end of period number 2. Well, Coach Deke Stanek says, well, you got to go down. It's 6-2.
He's still in striking range if he could make something big happen here.
Yeah. And he gets up and out in less than 3 seconds. Well, Zilakowski didn't want anything to do being underneath there. Crosse really likes to snap that head. He wants to get a front headlock. And if he pops the head up, he'll get him in a lateral drop. So he's got a couple different combinations off from that move.
For a big man, he is solid and he is quick, Ken.
Yeah, it's hard to get through his defenses. They're just going to kind of lean into each other. And Zilakowski is not looking at attacking here. He's just trying to maintain position.
But in his defense a little bit, Ken, realistically right now, Crosse is just barreling in. He's not really executing a move.
Right, yes. Zilakowski trying to fight off that inside tie that Crosse has.
Down to the last 40 seconds, Ken.
Crosse with that front headlock, and Zilakowski slips out of it again. And now a point again for stalling. Crosse picking up the point, and he has a 7-3 lead. Under 25 seconds remaining here.
He'd almost be better to make a shot and go under.
As much as it might hurt.
Yep. But even a 2-point stalling call is not going to kill him here either.
Yep. Under 10. Crosse with that underhook. And that is going to do it. 7-3 your final as Crosse picks up the victory over Zilakowski of Aquinas. And your team score will move to 29-32, make it 32-13.
We didn't get to see Nathan at the conference tournament, but you got to see him last week as he made, I believe, that would have been his debut at 106 last week. I think it's the first time he was able to get down there.
Uh-huh.
Glassbrenner is a real tall 6-pounder. This is the kind of length that this young man had. You expect him to do stuff like this where he's using torque with his long arms. And then the other thing you'd expect to see maybe come along here would be a cradle.
Well, he is able to get that takedown.
Yep. 32-13. Jaron Glassbrenner. Everybody's gotten used to the official call some stalling tonight, so every time there's even just a slight caution in the or delay in some action, they want a stall call right away again. Potentially dangerous stoppage there. 1:02 left in the first period. Glassbrenner out in front over Smith. Comes to his feet. Does nice job. It just as long as those arms and legs are, he's just got a little bit more leverage than Smith is maybe used to running into in a 6-pounder. Trying to pull him back into the mat here. Trying to hook up again. What we've seen all night long is that tilt that he got, and he's got it.
Oh, boy.
He's got it tight. Gives up 2 near fall, but he still hasn't given up that tilt. Now he's going to maybe try to take it the other way. So it's an old ride. Back when you and I were kind of down towards Lancaster,
yep.
We used to call this the Cuba City ride.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're using it to work both ways. When Cuba City used to do it, they used to just come on the near side and block that knee and tilt.
Oh, they just running right over the top.
Yep, but here a lot of the athletes that we're seeing lately doing that, they're actually locking it up and kind of just rolling through on the far side and getting the tilt out of it that way. It's almost like the old adage of a suicide cradle where you're going the wrong way.
Yeah.
But if you don't let go of that wrist and you hang on tight, it works out fine.
Yeah, you're not in bad shape.
Nope. But you do have to make sure you go hard when you go, because if the other wrestler steps over you on you, I've seen that happen a couple times, you're in big trouble. Now Smith trying to get a double leg of his own. Oh, nice facelift there. He is going to give him the takedown. Must be some question on the score here.
I think they were wondering about maybe the previous 2 near fall. And
yeah, they're saying the score is right at 6-0. And he did just get
yeah, he didn't break that hold, so it was only a 4 count. Even if you turned him twice, it was still the same.
Ooh, wow.
Oh, boy, right over the top.
On.
Yep. That is over the top for the Cuba City.
Yep.
40 seconds, Fenimore's cheering.
38-13, Ken.
Yes, very much in control here by the Golden Eagles. Well, Kirk, with 3 matches to go, Aquinas is going to have to get 3 pins here. And that's really what it kind of comes down to right now. It's 38-13, as you had mentioned.
Yeah, but 3 pins still won't give you enough.
18 to, oh, yeah, you're right. It won't, would it?
It's over.
30, it may only be 31. You're right, it is over.
It's a matter of how close you can get it now.
Yep. More a pride thing, isn't it?
Yep.
So Fitzpatrick here. And his opponent again is
Owen Crosse.
Crosse, thank you.
Yep. You'd almost like to see, I guess what Jake is an experienced wrestler. I'm not going to say what he should do, but it's almost one of those cases you'd like to see him just maybe get it over with quick.
He's working some takedowns right now. And again, he faked right, went left, and then he fakes left, goes right, and he's picking up another takedown. That's now a score of 10-5. And another takedown, 12-5. Yeah, Fitzpatrick looking to get to the state tournament, and he says, I'll release. Wants to get back up on the podium, up on the top spot. Nice little shuck by there. Slide by, I guess.
Seeing what I could see with that Division II sectional going on at River Valley. And right now it looks like they're about, I believe they started at 113 this round. They're up to 165, and it's Purdy Sheen with a 26-15 lead.
Good match there, too.
Yep.
Crosse trying to hang on, but too much leverage there by Fitzpatrick, and he picks up another takedown. And it's 16-7.
And more blood.
And some more blood. Well, back we come here as they got things pretty much taken care of, and now they're going to just do one last little quick cleanup out there on the mat. Fitzpatrick on top here with 5 seconds remaining in period number 1. He has built up a 16-7 lead. That's a lot of points. That's
yes,
a lot of takedowns there.
Yep. That's what I'm talking a little bit about a preview of the state tournament. You know, you really got to expectation. First of all, you got your defending state champion coming back in Fennimore, but also since you had your 1 through 3 teams here in this sectional, you'd almost say they're even more favored to win a 3rd title in a row.
Yeah. A lot of times, and we know that we've seen it before, it all depends on those matchups, but boy, oh boy, they've kind of run that little semi-gauntlet here with, as you mentioned, teams 1, 2, and 3.
Yep, I just don't look at it. Coleman has a nice squad, but they were up at the here it comes, Ken.
Wow, there he just went right into an Iowa and caught Crosse, and now looking to get the fall, and there it is.
A little something back for Aquinas to think about.
So Fitzpatrick picking up that pin. Brings the team score to 38-19. Fennimore.
Flaggy.
Wrestling now 120 pounds for Aquinas, Roger Flaggy. Wrestling for Fennimore, Sawyer
Swatic out here, a freshman, taking on Roger Flaggy at 120 pounds. As Ken mentioned, the team score right now 38-19. So that's pretty much all but over as far as who's going to win this dual meet. But chance for some of the younger Fennimore kids to get some experience, and they'll get a lot more experience when they the end of the month or the 1st of March.
Yeah,
they get to step on the mat down in Madison with their teammates and go for that 3rd state title. A lot of action, though, as Ken and I will talk some more about, and looking forward to that individual sectional now, as this is pretty well wrapped up here for tonight, other than covering these last 2 matches for you. But a lot of the rematches, see how much Leonard is going to be fired up when he gets a chance to maybe see Mr. Wolf on Saturday.
Yeah.
But there's some other good 215-pounders in that weight class, too. And just some real exciting wrestling going on in Southwest Wisconsin. Again, this weekend, Division 1, there was a pretty good matchup tonight up by La Crosse there. I believe there was a potential for Wisconsin Rapids to wrestle Holman in the championship for Division 1 there.
Yeah, that was at West Salem.
Yeah, at West Salem, yes. That's right. Don't you say that? Some really good matchups. Right now, looking at what's happened so far, like in Division 2, Luxembourg Casco has held that number 1 position for most of the year. Don't really see anybody yet showing a challenge to them, but like Ken said, when you get to Madison, it's kind of anyone's game there. If you can get on a roll like we saw here with Fennimore, and you can get a couple upsets, not that Fennimore winning tonight is an upset, but like we just said, there was, Holden, a couple of their state place winners and state champions down in matches. And even as we saw, Zilikowski came out there and he held Evan Gratz to a regular decision.
Mm-hmm.
Things would have been a little bit different. Maybe that would have been really important. But Flaggy here, he's kind of doing what we just saw Jake Fitzpatrick do in the last match. He's just kind of scored whenever he wants to score. Right now, after 1 period, though, it's only 4-0. But so far, he's been completely in control against the young, I believe Sawyer Swatke is a freshman. He looks like a freshman with a pretty good frame, and he's got the development starting to come. If he fills into his body, I don't know if he'll stay down in these lower weight classes, but he could be a strong medium weight class. Of course, Flagey having that experience of wrestling, on the varsity last year for Aquinas at 106 against a freshman, kind of shows here a little bit. Should have an interesting matchup here, this last one. We'll see if they, but Fennimore still has Birchman to come out here if they decide to put him out there. Cade Birchman, as they held him out here, but there again, they could wrestle some of their younger wrestlers, and because Cade is wrestling on Saturday, so there's really no need to risk him in an injury as Flagey comes now close to securing a fall here and getting us down to that last match. Makes the adjustment here against Swadek. If he can lift the head now, it could be really tight. Swadek does a nice job bridging there and at least gets out of it. Still 9-0 with 46 seconds left to go, but give the young man credit there. He got off his back, and that's a good learning experience.
He showed some great heart right there.
You bet. Like we said, 45 seconds to go here in the second period. And so far, it's all been Roger Flagey as he tries to dig in that arm bar again and see if he can run it over one more time before the period ends. Swadek trying to build himself up. This is where it's one of those situations where as an official you're wondering what's going where, but then Flagey makes you not think about it anymore when he just really does it. It's not even sometimes even a total Cuba City, Ken. They don't really always have the arm across the back or even on the back. They just do that double wrist lock and have it so tight that they can do a tilt off of it.
Yeah.
Did get a warning for stalling there against Swadek. Now we'll go to the third period and be a 10-0 lead. Flagey's down, so if he can score here, he could be up at least 11-0 or maybe potentially 13-0. Appears right now more focused on a reversal, but as we've seen all night long too, these Fennimore athletes, when they get on top, they're kind of scary. They're really aggressive and make you work.
They do. There's no doubt about that. And
he's coming in real high. He's trying to get a power half in there, but if Flagey just, as we call it, swam through that, and now he has Swadek on his back again, that should push it to a tech fall. So the match will be, there's the fall. So one way or the other, match was going to be over. And now that's 1:18 left there, so that's 42 seconds. So 4:42 was the time of the fall. We're down to our last match of the night, Ken. Yep, it's Birchman against Jones.
Yep. Well, Jones, a freshman, coming out onto the mat. We actually sat by, on the other match, we were sitting by his mother, and she was kind of, he's pretty young. I'm like, yeah.
Well, this is where you get some experience.
He'll get better and better. He's going to give up a takedown there on a nice high crotch. Now Birchman drops over to the front here and will get the release. 2-1 score. Underhook series coming by Birchman. Going to snap and spin around once again. Boy, they just snap that head down and they post the head and just good motion getting around the corner.
Watch Cade Birchman there.
Yep, there it is again.
Yep.
Just like that, 3 quick takedowns at 6-2.
Like you said, Kenny, Birchman comes out here. He's only a sophomore, but a fairly experienced sophomore with his family pedigree behind him.
Now a facelift here on Jones. going to pick up near fall points. 30 seconds to go in the period.
And he's just going to use that facelift to. Oh, now he comes with the path.
It's getting real tight.
As people start heading for the door, Ken.
Yeah, there it is. Well, your final score, 44-25, and the Fennimore Golden Eagles are heading back to Team State. Well, Kirk, we have watched a pretty good match here all night long. 2 great matches as Aquinas picked off the Iowa Grant Highlands squad, and that was a dandy match. And again, as we kind of talked about things, you kind of see the momentum starting to swing back to Aquinas, and they rolled that all the way to the championship here. But Fennimore just a little too much power.
Yeah, they did, and then they held their own early and got out to a quick early lead, and then they were able to weather the storm that Iowa Grant wasn't able to weather when you got up to like 65 to 215, and they were able to weather that and get that huge upset. I was still going to call it an upset, but you can't take anything away from Dalton Wolf, but that was big if you can pin a returning state place winner.
Well, it's a 12-point swing, and that makes it that 12-point swing really does kind of change the outlook a little bit there. Could have been a 38 to literally a 38-37 kind of match. You come right down to it. Well, we hope that you've enjoyed watching this Western Wisconsin video production of Team Sectionals. We hope you can join Kirk and I at Mineral Point, as we'll have that live on the Twitch WWVP LLC. It'll be the Westby channel, so I hope you can watch all of the matches. If you're not down there live, we will have it streaming live. Well, thanks again, Kirk. Appreciate you being here and helping out. It's always a great time and a lot of fun with this kind of matches.
Well, this was, again, we knew it was going to be exciting coming down here with the top 3 teams in state and Division III here, and it didn't disappoint.
Boy, for sure. Thanks, everyone. For Kirk Layer, I'm Ken Manning saying we'll see you Saturday on the mats in Mineral Point. So long, everyone.